Okay, so I'll call the meeting to order at 5:33 p.m. So we'll have roll call. Courtney Henderson, absent. Joe Biden Maldonado, absent. Heather Larson, I'm here. Reed Weimer.
Here.
Nick Church.
Here.
Thank you. Do we have any conflicts of interest? No? Okay, no conflict of interest. Let's do the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. And so we need, somebody wants to make a motion to approve the agenda. Okay, no worries.
I just need to open the agenda to make sure what notes we were doing.
Right, we're going to.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the removal of 2A, as well as, what was the other one?
We'll table item 4A.
4A. Yep. We'll table item 4A till next month.
So, and then it's removal 2A and 4A.
Yes.
I'll second.
Okay. Nick,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
and me, yes. All in favor, motion carries. Okay, so we will now take a look at the minutes from our March 17th meeting. If anybody needs to take a look at them, or okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from March 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll second.
All right, all in favor? Nick,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
and Heather, yes. Motion, all in favor, motion carries. Okay, do we have any public comment? No, no public comment. Sorry, I skipped the admin report. I apologize. Let's do the admin report.
I'll just tell you the most exciting thing. We did get our fire box updated. So now it includes carbon monoxide testing for all the classrooms. That is a new ruling that's come through safety, public safety statute, however they work that. So we have that done. And in addition to it, unless we do if we pull a fire alarm like that's on the wall, it'll immediately notify the fire department and they'll know that to dispatch here. So we do all of our drills now from the box. So we do a key and a drill from the box. So that's kind of a new upgrade. The fire department came and visited us and said, these changes are coming, go ahead and get on it. And so we did.
So if you do a drill from the box, it doesn't dispatch them.
Right.
Okay.
Right. The only drawback is those pranks that happen every now and again. If they pull from the wall, then the fire department will be dispatched.
Has that ever happened?
Twice.
Really?
Twice in my 20 some odd years. So that's a pretty good
School.
at this school. That's a pretty good statistic though. Twice for, that's not too bad. Not too bad. So end of the year stuff is happening. We just finished state testing. Intent to return forms for our teachers and staff went home and they're due back on the 7th to be considered for teaching and staff positions next year. Repairs and maintenance moving forward slowly but surely. And then professional development and updates. We've got approval for our summer school. That is all in the works. Teachers are training, getting their selves ready for summer. And it'll be a 4-to-1 ratio for our most behind students to try to give them a little extra boost before the coming school year. That's it in the nutshell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So now we'll go on to the public comment. Do we have any public comment? No? No public comment tonight? Okay. And so we'll go ahead and we'll move to item 4B. We have 2 bars tonight.
Where are those bars?
They're in the back of the packet. So if you look at the finance packet that you tabled, the very back 2
Oh,
pages.
okay. Yes, I got it. Found it.
Okay. So we have bar 28D, which is a decrease bar. It is for our SEG adjustment. So we had fewer students
Exactly.
than we projected, so they did decrease our SEG by $5,350.09. And then we have another bar, which is 29IB, which is an initial bar, so it's an increase.
Mhm.
And it is from REAP, and it increased by $24,125.
I will make a motion to approve those minutes.
Reed,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
and Heather, yes. So all in favor, the motion carries. All right, we have the discussion, potential action, and vote on a calendar change to this current school year.
Right. So this current school year, we had developed 8, 10 different calendars. And so the calendar that ended up being given to the state had us getting out on the 23rd, but the parent facing calendar had us getting out on the 22nd of May. And so we were given permission to make a change and then have retroactive voting for the 25th. So April 25th, we came to school on a Friday, and then on the 23rd, that one's going to go away, the May 23rd. But they wanted it on the agenda to be able to have you guys approve it.
So wait, so the school year shortening by 1 day, or
It's already been increased because they went on the 25th,
right?
and so that we were just switching. April 25th replaced May 23rd.
And that was the last day of the year, right?
Correct.
Right. Right.
Was the last day, so now May 22nd would be the last
May
day.
22nd
Yes.
So it's
would be the
not
last
shortening
day.
it. We're
No.
just adjusting the
We're just
Right.
adjusting it.
I'll be on the
Yes,
calendar.
yes,
I'll
sir.
make that motion to approve the calendar change.
I'll second.
All in favor, Nick,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
and me, yes. So all in favor, the motion carries. And so we need to look at presenting the current lease with Cuesta School District at their June board meeting in preparation for the charter renewal due in October of 2025. So same where we would be leasing from them for whatever lease assistance we get from the state.
Right. That wouldn't change. Dan and I will have a conversation, and I'd like to go through it line by line. There's a couple of things in there that I'd like to just have a conversation about before we present it as is, to see if we can hone in a little bit on what the expectation is.
Okay.
And we go for charter renewal. It's due by October. So I figured that would give us one more month in May to take a look at it.
Okay. Do we need to?
I don't know if we need to vote on that. I'm sorry.
That's probably under discussion.
I'll make a motion to approve presenting the current lease with Cuesta at the June board meeting.
We can table it to
Table it.
make a motion to table, and so we can we're going to look at it,
Okay.
and we're going to review it with.
To table.
Yeah.
I'll make a
Pending
motion to
further
table
review.
presenting.
Yeah, because it's not till June, the board meeting, so we can table it.
Yep, we can table it. So I have a motion on the table from Reed to table item 4D.
I'll second.
Okay. Reed,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
and Heather, yes. All in favor, so that we will table that item. And we need to discuss and potentially vote on this school year 26 school calendar already.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? No, you do not have a copy yet because I don't have the Excel officially finished. I wanted to just address the number of days and the 4-day school week. So we'd like to keep a 4-day school week. The statute or the guidance from the PED has changed to you can only have 4 days, period. There can be no 5th day ever, or it'll take you up to a 5-day school week. So that's new guidance this year. So because of that guidance, we need to, and no remote days unless, and we could talk about it for the charter contract. No more remote days unless it is like a bad weather kind of a day. You can do a 2-hour delay, or you can do a bad weather day. I'd like to start. Okay,
When are the other?
there won't be. There won't be. Right.
There were really only snow days, right?
Yes. Or 2-hour delays.
So that's all.
Yes,
So
sir.
this would, in theory, assume on extend the year, 5
2
days or
weeks.
so.
It will.
could,
But it turned out really nice. I was very pleased. If we start on August 4th and we end on May 28th, so we have to come back after Labor Day. Memorial Day. Sorry, we have to come back after Memorial Day, but not too long after Memorial Day, and that's without putting any 4-day weeks in. The way that it is
5-day weeks.
5-day weeks. Pardon me. The way it's benefiting us is that the state still allows 30 hours of professional development for 7-8 and 60 hours of professional development for K through 6. And so those hours help to increase the hours that we're in school to reach that 1140. And then you have to have at least 156 days as a 4-day school week. So we reach our 156 days. And with the calendar that I've got under rough draft, it has an additional 7 days of K-12 plus funding for K through 6, and an additional 3 days for K-12 plus funding for 7-8.
So if you do any 5-day weeks, you can't because then they want all 5-day weeks. So they either
Yeah.
want 4-day weeks or 5-day
Well,
weeks. No extra.
You don't have to go a 5-day week, but you have to go 180 days. It wouldn't have to be every week that you'd have a 5-day week, but as soon as you put that 5th day in, there's a 180-day minimum instead of 156.
Okay.
Raises your.
Raises
So you have
If
24
if you
additional
do a
days.
5-day week, they want you to go a longer school year.
Why? That's
That makes no
weird.
sense.
You would think it would be
Mhm.
more days for the
If you
shorter.
shorten
Right.
But I think you actually go fewer hours.
You do go fewer hours. We're keeping our longer school day. There is a possibility of being out at like 3:30 if it works with the bus contracting. If it doesn't work with the bus contracting, then we could be staying at our 4 hours. I mean, our 4 o'clock dismissal.
So what, we
Yeah.
go to school 8 to 4 now.
We do go
So
to
if you
yeah,
did like a
7:30.
5-day week, you could say like just a
8
big-
to 30.
Exactly.
like 9 to
3.
5 or sorry 9 to 2
Yes.
3 or something. You could like
Yes,
that
you could
just
play
doesn't
with
have
the
to be-
hours.
okay.
Exactly.
So
And then
that's why they want a longer year because you lose.
You have to have so many
choose to.
hours.
Can you do longer 5-day weeks?
You
No,
you,
'cause then you
you
can't.
could, but you'd have a boat ton of hours, and so the 1140 is the minimum that the state will allow now, and then in that 1140 is that 60 hours of professional work for K through 6, or the 30 for
So you have to do
7
all
8.
4-day weeks or all 5-day weeks.
Well, no, you could do a hybrid and do 5 and 4s, but as soon as you put a 5-day in there, you're 180 days.
So okay, so you can do a mixture, but then you have to meet 100.
So we
if
would have
you
to
do all
increase by
4-day
26
weeks,
days.
Does that affect like breaks as well? How does that affect?
No, sir. We managed to still keep our fall break, our spring break, and our Christmas break. Thanksgiving stays the same, even though we get, it's hard with absences because a lot of families want a weekday. We still have our 2 days in,
Right. Take on
Um,
Monday,
Right.
Tuesday.
and Monday. And every time we take a holiday, so we take a Labor Day holiday, we're off on Monday, then we're coming to school on Friday. so we can get our 4 days in for that week.
So we're shifting, yeah.
So it's a shift. So I think we have 2 shifts, Labor Day and MLK. We didn't take presidents. We didn't take whatever the other one is. Indigenous People Day. We didn't take those. We just said come to school. This year we took them, I believe. But next year for that calendar, we'll only take the 2 major ones, Labor Day and MLK.
President that comes to school Monday through Thursday. How long?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What is August 4th early? It seems weird.
It's only, you know what? It's only slightly early because it was like the 5th this year. Yeah, something like that. So it's that extra week on the end that is going to,
Yeah.
but we're still out before June.
My cousin and his son does that like 5 days, but maybe it's way shorter days. But
Yeah.
They start school in like the second week of July, and then they go to school all the way till the end of May. I think they only have June. Really.
Yeah.
They're only out for like 4 weeks, 5
Right.
weeks, and they go back.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, staff will be back the last week of July, like the 29th, 30th.
Sure.
They'll be back, but then we've got it to where the kids won't start until the 4th.
Well, we would have to. Memorial Day would be another, or would we make them come on Memorial Day?
No, we took that one off. Yeah, we shifted
Well,
it.
but that won't be would it be a shift, or will it be that the teachers have in-service days after Memorial Day, but the kids are done?
No, the kids will
Kids have to
come
come
back
back, okay.
One more week.
the
One more.
I think it's 2 days. It might be 3. And please let's table it and look at it. But I wanted to give you an idea of where we're going with it, and it looks pretty good. The kids will still have June and July off.
Yeah.
You know.
They didn't. That won't be much different than this year.
Mhm.
They went back on the 6th.
Yeah, they went
It
early.
was early.
Mhm.
It seemed early.
It was. It was
is
early.
different than when.
I mean, we used to start after Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. So
Okay.
I'll make a motion to table that.
Yes.
And that way we can discuss that further.
And I will send the Excel spreadsheet for
That, by that I mean the school year 2026
Yep.
calendar.
I'll second that.
Okay. Reed,
Yes.
Nick,
Yes.
and Heather, yes. So we will table the voting on the school year 26
When do
calendar.
we need to know that?
I-
We'll look at that next month.
next month's meeting.
Do we have any old business?
We have executive session. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead.
Old businesses first. and
Let me say too, Nick, while we're looking at this, I'm not sure, like Katie isn't on tonight and I don't know when our budget is due. So
We
we
might have to have a
might
special
have to
meeting.
do a special meeting
Okay.
to say, just to prove that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is
Oh,
there any old business? No? No old business? Do we need to? So are we going to go ahead and do an executive session this evening?
I'll make
Okay.
a motion to convene an executive session.
Second.
And I'm going to invite Dan to join us in our executive session. And we will enter executive session now and cease recording. Okay. Oh,
We're back out of executive session. No votes were taken. No decisions were made.
now we have closing business. Any announcements?
Do we have any announcements?
Well, we have the award ceremony coming up on the 22nd. If you'd like to come and be a part of that, it'll be here on campus. The 22nd. We'll do slideshows and
Time?
celebrations. Oh, it usually starts about 9. Give or take 10, 15 minutes, depending on the chaos and the kiddos bringing their chairs down and such.
When is that? I'm sorry.
The 22nd
Of May, right?
May should be a Thursday, yes. And then the teachers come back on the 23rd, and then we take a week off and start our summer reading program in June.
we probably should look at moving the next meeting. Comprehensive plan. The
I know.
public meeting.
I put my 2 cents in about that.
I didn't even bother because I was like, it's just.
Well, we have to go sooner rather than later because of the calendar and.
Can we just do it like May 20th, or is that like a day later? Is that a problem, or does it have to be like a week sooner?
Let me look.
So it's only in 2 weeks. Yeah, the 19th is only 3 weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if we push it to the 20th, is that big of a deal?
Oh, like doing it on a
next day.
Tuesday instead?
I'm okay with the
I
20th.
think that'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just be easy.
Sometimes I think we ought to just start making it Tuesday. Always seems.
Well, but normally town council meetings were on Tuesday nights. They've been having them on Tuesday mornings, but who knows when they're going to decide to switch it back to Tuesday nights?
Right.
And it
So.
would conflict with Taco Tuesdays.
And we don't want Reed to miss his tacos.
Okay, so we're gonna do it on May 20th at 5:30.
Yes,
I'm
that's
good with
fine.
that.
Good with that, yeah. That's fine.
Courtney, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I put it on my calendar. And do we want to do our finance committee meeting on the same day or a different day?
What works for you? You could do either one. The if you
Either
want to
one
keep it
works for me.
consistent, like where it's right there with the
That's
GC.
fine.
Okay.
So
So
we'll
I'll.
do that on the 20th at noon.
Okay.
And just let us know if we have to do a special meeting to approve.
Yes, sir. Will do.
You're talking about approving the workout plan?
No, the
Following your
school year
Oh,
26
oh,
calendar
okay.
may need to be approved prior to our budget being presented.
So did you already vote on? Well, I mean,
No.
No, we tabled it.
We need the
So
final,
we'll discuss it again.
yep, final plan. Okay, so if there's not anything else, Courtney, do you want to adjourn us?
Yes, I would like to adjourn this meeting.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
6:11 p.m.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Take care.